welcome to your favorite Capricorns podcast with Shanti
and Chanel, where we hope to bring you peace, comfort, and connection through our life stories.
So, hey girl, how was your week?
My week was good. I am feeling like a toasted marshmallow.
Ooh, that's cozy and sweet.
Literally, cozy and sweet. Cozy. Okay. Shout out to Beyonce. Cozy.
Come on now. You cozy. Love you some Beyonce.
I do. I am a Beyonce stan. I just recently became one last year. Yeah. So
I'm noticing it because every time Beyonce gonna come up in the conversation at least once.
She gonna come up as long as you know.
This week was, when you're trying to make a balloon garland or a balloon arch, and it's like you got those small balloons, and it's like somebody swapped out my balloons for water balloons. And so I'm trying to blow it up. And I'm like, why is it not going? And I'm just like, I need to change out these balloons. These are not the right balloons. So I'm in the midst of trying to figure out where I'm gonna get my balloons from, because the ones I got they're not it. They're not the correct balloons. But I'm gonna find my balloons because I'm going to complete my balloon arch and I'm going to be satisfied.
You're going to be satisfied?
Yeah, because it's been a very weird week for me. I don't know. It's just like, what's going on?
Well, what happened? What happened this week?
This week, so something that I started in like June or July of last year is literally just now getting resolved. It should have been resolved a long time ago. The things that are happening. So
story time.
Okay. But this is going to be story time after the show. But yeah, it's just the lack of communication. It has been causing things to just be haywire.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Do better. That's all. Just do better. And so I'm going to get my balloons. Know that.
And period. Okay.
I'm going to get my balloons. And so it's just like I'm allowing somebody else to handle a situation and they're not doing their job.
Yeah.
And so now I'm getting the worst end of the stick because you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
I hate that. I hate when someone's lack of is causing chaos in my life. Your lack of whatever it is now causing havoc in my life. That's my big pet peeve. That's because I didn't ask for this. This had nothing to do with me. But now my life is being interfered with because of your lack of.
Girl. Yes, that's exactly the sentiments. Like I'm at my wit's end. They tried me. And now I'm about to buck back. I'm getting to the buck back phase, and I'm gonna get mine at the end of the day.
Okay, DD vote L.
But other than that, I'm good. I'm good. I had some weird dreams this week. But I think I was just stressed.
Do you sleep with your door open?
Mm-mm.
I just saw this thing on Twitter where it says if your door is by the foot of your bed, you shouldn't sleep with your door open. And I'm like, I gotta dive into that because what is that about? I've never heard of. I heard a lot of black fables, but I ain't never heard that one. That's a new one to me, so I'm gonna have to dig into that.
Yeah. At the foot of your bed?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my
bed is like it's your room door. It's got to be like your room door.
Oh,
so your room door is like kind of parallel to your bed. Mine is like at the foot. It's always been at the foot. So I'm like, okay, I need to dig into that because I can't be letting spirits in.
Okay, protect your peace.
Okay,
I ain't mad at it. So let's get into these Black businesses this week. What Black business would you like to shout out this week?
So the Black business that I want to share today is called Trade Street Jam Company. Not only is this a company that sells jams and sauces, they also sell cocktail elixirs and baking mixes. It is a Black woman-owned business by Ashley Rouse, which, girl, I hope I pronounced your last name right. She is a trained chef who loves to experiment with flavors and create the unexpected. They also work with local vendors and farmers in their region to make sure that they are supporting businesses from the ground up. So some flavors that they have that you might want to check out in their jams and sauces. They have sour cherry ginger jam. They have plum rose jam, smoked peach jam, a strawberry chipotle fig jam. That actually sounds really good. I might have to get that one. Some cocktail elixirs that they have are a a cherry chipotle, the sweet heat collection. That sounds really good. And they actually have their own sweet potato mix. So they have an array of things. They even have a flavor quiz that you can take so you can learn more about different things that you want to do. They also are offering $5 off shipping when you spend $100 or more. And it also is a great holiday gift. I mean, I know we're only at the beginning of the year, but it's always great to be thinking about what you can gift your loved ones for that season. So you can check them out on their website at tradestjamco.com, or you can also follow them on Instagram at tradestjamco. And if you do shop with them, let them know that your favorite Capricorn sent you. It's not a brand deal yet, but we're speaking it into existence.
Okay. I need to try them, especially since I'm in North Carolina. I don't think I've seen their brand, but now that I'm hearing about it, I'm trying to give them a shot.
Yeah,
I love
definitely
trying out new things. Oh yeah, that's exciting. Maybe I could find something to use in something that I bake. Oh yeah, got my creative juices flowing. Thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely check them out.
So my Black business that I would like to shout out today is Bend and Snap. It is a business about flexibility. Her name is IAmStevana. I hope I'm not butchering her name. She is a flexibility trainer, and she started her flexibility journey at 25, and pretty much like something that she fell into. She realized that she loved it, and I did a class with her this morning, and baby, she knows what she's doing. Okay, I didn't even realize that your body can be put into so many different positions, and I have a goal to just be more flexible. I see that she genuinely loves what she does. She genuinely cares about the people that she is working with, and she'll give some tips, some pointers. Hey, make sure you're doing this. Make sure, hey, lift your leg a little higher, those type of tips. And she also does one-on-one. So I did a class where there were other people there. She also offers consultations. She also had targeted practices. And currently she's giving classes during the weekday at 6. And then on the weekend, she has like a 10 a.m. class and a noon class. And she knows what she's doing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I feel like I can definitely ask her any questions that I have. So yeah, one thing that I've learned is that through stretching exercise, you also release a lot of emotions, because we hold a lot of emotions in like our hips. And so stretching helps release that. And so I wanted to give her a shout out. She is amazing. I thoroughly enjoy not only being in her class, but her content. She's on Instagram. IAmStevana. So IAmStevana as in Veronica, ANA. My girl knows what she's doing. So definitely give her a look. And if you do happen to go across her page or attend a class, let her know that your favorite Capricorns have suggested this to you. We are not sponsored. However, we are speaking it into existence. So let's jump into our next segment, pop culture. I got a tweet for you. So it's a bit lengthy, so bear with me. The tweet reads, "Ooh, I got a story time for y'all. It's long, but worth it." Okay, so I pissed Swifties off last night by pointing out the slight she gave Queen Celine Dion on stage at the Grammys. My DM's been hopping all day, and somebody even cashed at me $1 to tell me I was the N-word. Y'all know me. I sent back $2 and said, double down, dump the juice, and bet on black. I was blocked immediately. Fast forward to me getting a message from a random claiming he was going to dox me. I have nothing to hide, so I pretended to be afraid just to see what old boy would do and buy myself time to investigate. As I am fake begging for my life, I'm scanning his page, saving pictures and identifying information and running reverse Google images. The light bright Swiftie Knight was foolish enough to post a to-go Olive Garden order on IG like a flex, and boom, his name, phone number were both on the tag. Jackpot. Again, I come back into the messages, begging and pleading. He swears he's about to ruin my life, tries to ask me for an apology, tag, Tay, and all. Meanwhile, I spend $1.99 for a background profile and keep doing image reverse searches. I had time today, and it was going to be my Black History Month masterpiece. God is good. Have I told y'all God is good? Justin M also had some usernames that showed up on the search. And after about 20 minutes of Googles and cackles, which y'all know, I discovered that he had a profile on X videos. That's right. The Swiftie was a twinkster amateur trying to get traction on his T-Swift tribute, circle jerk, masturbation videos, and more. I download a couple, screenshot, and then come back to my DM. I tell Justin M that I have a draft of my apology ready to send, and he tells me, B-word, send it now. I laugh and I typed so fast my fingers started smoking. I had used my particular set of skills and his stupidity to create a vision board of his doc's demise. Shout out to Canva Pro. He blocked me, then unblocked me, messaged me from a different username. I can smell fear. His messages were full of typos. Baby was shooketh, and I wasn't coming up for air. I blocked it. He messaged me again from a different username. I blocked it again. He hit me up one more time for the cheap seats in the back as I enjoyed my Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal bar over my spreadsheet and begged for mercy. Apparently, he was sorry or whatever and was only kidding. Yeah. He asked me who I worked for and why I was trying to ruin his life because his parents would kill him. Oh, that's right. I had his physical address and his father's business ran out of there as an accountant. I wrote out on a large manila envelope with his home address, put a postage on it, and sent him the picture. I could feel my cape flying in the wind at this point. My phone was vibrating like a rabbit running on nuclear batteries. Once I let him suffer for 3 hours, I finally forced him to apologize and pledge his allegiance to Celine Dion and call me to apologize on a Google Voice number. He sounded like he had been crying or upset. Poor thing. I told him on a second and then blocked him. Oh, no. I told him, hold on a second, and then blocked him. That was 2 hours ago. More of the story, don't. Not here, not in Sassy Land. I said, oh, girl.
What an interesting story. I feel like I was on a roller coaster. There were so many turns and flips and tricks.
Okay. You think you're bad. Somebody out here better.
Okay. So, in honor of Black History Month, I'm going to do something that's really wild on Twitter. I'm not going to go too deep into it because it is a rabbit hole. But in honor of Black History Month, somebody said, I'll be doing a thread of people that I would give back to have some of our fallen kings and queens. First up, Krishan Rock for Whitney Houston. Nick, academics for Bernie Mac. Now, I'm not mad at that one. Mad at that one. And Natalie Nunn for BK Tidal Wave. That was the girl that was like, ISIS. Remember that video? They interviewed that girl and she was like, yes.
Not mad at that one. Not mad at that one.
Okay, this one I don't know about. Ayanla Vanzant for Harriet Tubman. I like Ayanla. I like her.
And Harriet is gonna be so lost in this.
She's not gonna know what to do.
Age.
Yeah, she's not gonna know what to do.
But my girl she was made for her time period. That was it, and that was all.
Child, somebody said Blueface for Michael Jackson. I'm not mad at that one.
Me neither.
I'm not mad at that one.
Hey, we might have to give 2 for Michael, but I'm not mad at the start.
I'm not mad at the beginning. Mm-mm. They said Kodak Black for Ray Charles, which I'm Ray not Charles. Anyway, we're not gonna get too deep into that. Like I said, we're not.
He lived a long life.
We're not gonna get too deep. So yeah, this is it goes on and on. There's some really interesting ones that they have here. Not Nick Cannon for Young Dolph. No, not Nick Cannon. Somebody said Nick Cannon for Young Dolph. I like Nick Cannon.
Okay,
I like Nick Cannon now. Come on,
now. He got them kids.
Come on now.
I mean, them kids need a father. Oh, they play so many games.
Why they have Tekashi 6ix9ine for Selena? Stop.
I mean, I'm not mad. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'd accept that trade.
There was some wild times on there. If y'all haven't listened to Cat Williams' interview on Club Shay Shay or Monique's on Club Shay Shay, those two right there, I'm only halfway through Monique's, but I did the entire Cat Williams one and I was like, this right here is what we call television.
Okay.
It was pure television. This is some good content. Club Shay Shay and them know what they're doing. I just need them to get the production down because in Monique's, it was either in Monique's or Cat Williams, somebody's phone alarm went off. I'm like, all right now, let's get production together.
You said my phone alarm?
Yeah, somebody's phone alarm. You know, like when you set your timer and it has that distinct ring. I'm like, whose timer is going off in the interview? Also, their commercials be cutting in at weird times. So I'm like, well, I don't know what's going on. But
okay. Maybe I'll be watching it early.
They be going. Well, I listen to it on a podcast on my phone. So I don't listen to it on YouTube. So I don't know if they just pulled it off of YouTube and like uploaded it onto Apple Podcasts.
It's still on YouTube.
So, I don't know. But anyway, if you haven't listened to Cat Williams or Monique's interview, definitely go listen to them because they are solid interviews. And you know, I think that Cat Williams and Monique need to do a podcast together, and it should either be called Standing on Business or Truth Tellers. They do a podcast. I think it would be really good content because honestly, I think they've been in the industry for so long. There's nothing that you can do to get them canceled, and they do not give a fuck about being canceled. And I think that's what makes them authentic, is because they don't care what other people have to say about them because they got money and they can make money. You can never stop their money. There's nothing you could do to stop Cat Williams and Monique's getting paper. I mean, Cat Williams, Mike Epps, and Monique are like my favorite comedians.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have a list off the top of my head, but Cat Williams and Monique would definitely be on it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely go check out their episodes on Club Shay Shay because they definitely brought some things to light that I wasn't really aware of. I didn't realize that the reason why Monique wasn't doing movies and on shows and stuff like that because of Tyler Perry. I was not aware of that. I don't know where I was. I think I was living under a rock for a little bit because apparently this was the whole thing. And I'm just like, I had no clue that Tyler Perry was moving like that. That's interesting. And then now
I knew they had beef, but I didn't know the extent. So I'm interested to hear like what the extent, because you know she hasn't done like I think the last one she did was like Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins. Maybe was that the last movie she was in until she was in this scary movie that she did recently with Lee Daniels. I think Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins was like one of her last few movies that she did, or Holiday.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. The Holiday movie. She talked about that in the. Okay. So I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but yeah, they was janky on that set.
Is that the one where her trailer blew up? That was. Oh my god! I thought they was trying to take her out. No.
Okay, because now that's pulling a Diddy.
No, I just read this thing on Twitter. I should have pulled that up about Aaliyah and how Aaliyah originally didn't want to get on the plane.
I heard so
they sedated her and put her on the plane. They put her on the plane. I'm like, oh my god, I did not know that. I thought it was just she got a weird feeling, and then they convinced her to go on the plane, and then boom, bam, that's how it happened.
No, but I was like, getting on this plane.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, people are so evil in this world.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. They mishandled her so much. Like, everything I hear about her, I'm just like, yo. Like, was she in control at all?
Yeah.
For anything?
Yeah.
Like, that's, it kind of makes me sad.
Yeah. Even down to R. Kelly, it's like, she was literally a child bride.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to think about. All of these people were around her.
Yep.
And she was a child bride. And nobody was like, oh, this is not okay.
I feel like children should be protected at all
times. They should. And don't matter if it's your child, their child, whoever. We all are responsible for protecting children if we see something that is wrong.
Period. Let's get into the main topic of today's episode. I want to talk a little bit about self-love and take care of yourself, you know? What does it mean to you to love yourself?
I feel like you should I feel like people use the word unconditional a lot. I think, but your love for yourself should be unconditional. If you don't unconditionally love anything else, you should unconditionally love yourself. Now, what does unconditionally mean? Through good, bad, thick and thin, ugly days, pretty days, loving yourself through and through, loving you to the outside, the inside, which is a lot easier said than done. You know, it's people love yourself, put yourself first. Yeah, that sounds good and all and dandy, but you actually have to practice that and put it into play, because if you don't love you, if you don't know what love looks like via yourself, then how do you expect someone else to love you? Or how do you know when someone isn't loving you the right way? So that's what it means to me.
Okay, I definitely see that. For me, it's definitely similar. I would say, to add to that, giving yourself grace, because we're all going through this for the first time. Like, we're all just here the first time, just winging it. Nobody has a manual. Like, I mean, sure, we have philosophies and words to live by and things like that. However, I mean, nobody's sitting here telling you how to do things every time you're going through something. Sometimes you're really just going through life, and sometimes you may not make the best decisions. And that's okay, because everything happens for a reason and everything is as it should be. And recognizing that, all right, hey, I may have made a mistake. How do I either reconcile and move forward? Or what should I do differently? Things like that. Just loving yourself also means holding yourself accountable. So giving yourself grace, holding yourself accountable, taking care of yourself. Like, and it's not just your physical being, but your space as well. Because a cluttered mind definitely leads to a cluttered physical. Like, it starts showing. At least for me, a lot of people that I know, I've seen, when they stop taking care of their area, they're generally going through some things. Yeah. Because, I mean, especially if you live alone, baby, if you put something down, it's going to be right there when you get back, I promise. And nobody's going to pick it up. So you got to take care of it. You got to take care of your space. And so just to me, to love on yourself is taking care of yourself. It's making sure that you're aware of you and who you are, what you're going through.
Yeah, definitely having great self-awareness is paired with that. I think that comes with age too. You don't just pop out and have self-awareness, but it also is work. If you don't put the work in, if you have blind spots and you just like, well, I feel like people sometimes mistake blind spots with, well, that's just how I am. But if how you are is affecting the people around you, making them uncomfortable, making them unhappy, just throwing off the vibes, then that is more than just how you are. And self-awareness is knowing that the things that are just how I am and how those things affect other people, maybe I need to look at those things. Like a one-off, okay. But if it's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people telling you this certain thing makes them uncomfortable and it's bothering them, then that's a chance for you to take a look inside, which is you loving yourself. You having self-awareness is you loving yourself enough to be like, you know what? I don't like this version of me, or this version of me makes my friends upset or the people around me upset. And I need to work on these things. Like for me, I know I can be controlling. I know this, and I know sometimes that it annoys people. So I have been doing an intentional job of trying to be less controlling. But some situations call for it because we just gotta rally. And I one thing about me, I am the rallier. Like, all right, what are we doing? How are we gonna get this in motion? But then sometimes I realize that you don't always need to rally. Sometimes you just gotta let it go with the flow and just let it be. Just let it do its thing.
And I would say also on the receiving end of someone who is, oh, that's just who I am. As a person, if you're around someone or people who are not favorable,
that's a good word for it.
You have the option to leave most times. Hopefully you have the option to leave. That's something that you can do. That's a form of self-love, taking care of yourself, removing yourself from that situation because it's not serving you. And so, hey, be vocal about it. Say what you mean. Say what you need to say. Hey, I don't like this. I'm not feeling this. Can we work on this? And if they say no, all right, cool. It doesn't have to be anything more than removing yourself from the situation. It don't have to be, oh, well, you got me effed up and da-da-da-da-da. You need to change. Nope. Just leave. Get up out of there. I gotta go. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I wish you all the best, but I gotta go. That's one thing about me. I'm leave. I'm going to get up out of there. Oh, bet. Say less. I can go. I will remove myself from any situation that's not serving me. And I'm not going to say it's always the greatest because sometimes I won't even address it. I'll be like, you see it. I see it. I'm leave. Because I know you're not crazy. You're of sound mind and body, so you're aware of this. However, I realize I do have to speak up, give people a chance to change and a chance to explain, even because sometimes it may just be a misunderstanding. And so just learning how to maneuver around people too is a form of self-love, because staying in harmful situations is not showing your self-love, because you know that you're being harmed. You can feel your emotions. You feel upset or sad or some type of negative feeling when you're around this person or this situation, but you're staying there.
Yeah.
That's not loving yourself, because you're staying in a situation that's not serving you.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. That's definitely not practicing good self-love. I think another thing with self-love is when you know you're destined for greatness, but you don't walk in that greatness, or you don't walk in your purpose. That's definitely another like area where you can practice better self-love. And like, not like you are capable of anything that you put your mind to, but if you are in complacency and you are content with just the day-to-day, that ain't self-love. Because especially because if you know you can reach more and you can soar higher, you can be better, you can be the bomb diggity, and you're choosing not to because of, oh, well, I don't have time to do this, or I don't think I'm good enough for that, or I don't think I'm deserving of that. It's like, baby, let's talk about it, because you are more than capable of doing whatever it is that you want to do, but it's not going to come easy.
Nope.
It's not just going to come to you.
Yeah.
So self-love is definitely choosing to walk in your purpose, to walk in your greatness with confidence, because you know that you are capable of doing that.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Love yourself by living the life how you're supposed to live. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Ultimate level of self-love. So when would you say you started practicing self-love, and how did it come about?
I would say I started practicing self-love. I would call myself a late bloomer. I definitely didn't start until my late 20s, actually. I started in my late 20s because for a long time I struggled with a lot of mental issues, depression, ideations, and things like that. So, I mean, not to promote bad activities, but I did some drugs. I did some soul searching, and I said, Shanti, why do you hate yourself? And I was just like, that's a great question. That's a valid question. Like, why do you hate yourself? And I really had to sit there like, what is it about yourself that you hate? And I really couldn't really name anything. It was more of a feeling. And I was like, well, maybe you should address that and figure out what you need. Like, what do you need in order for you to, I guess, not feel the way that you've been feeling? And so I've just been exploring that for a couple of years. And it was perfect timing because it happened around COVID.
Yeah. Oh, so that was a perfect time.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, not COVID. COVID was not a perfect time. COVID was a fucking disaster dumpster fire.
It was a pandemic.
We are not saying that was a good time, because we know that was fucking terrible for some people.
Okay.
So.
We're still in the pandemic. And
technically, technically we are. Yeah.
But yeah, F it, we ball.
Bowling. Shout out to Jim Jones.
Okay. Yeah, I was able to isolate and take time to myself. At first, I was, calling everybody, let's take shots and getting drunk every day because I was in a house. But then I really started realizing that I do need to take time for myself. And I started isolating and becoming a little hermit. And I did feel guilty at first because I was just like, dang, like, I know people want to hang out with me, but like right now, I really just need to take time to myself and get to know myself. Who am I? Like, who do I want to be? Because at the end of the day, everybody's living their own human experience. Everybody is going through their own stuff. Nobody has a perfect life. And all of it's okay. Everything that has already happened has happened. There's nothing I can do to change anything that has already happened. It already happened. There's nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do about that. As much as I want to take things back or change what I did, I can't. It has already happened. What can I do moving forward? And so living with like regrets and like things that I was holding on to, I realized I was holding on to a lot of stuff from like years and never talked about it. Just, oh, this person didn't mean it that way, but that doesn't mean that my feelings didn't matter. Things like that. Also, because I mean, my mom passed away when I was 21, and like there were so many conversations that we never had. So I was holding on to a lot of stuff, and there's apologies that I'll never get. There's things that I'll never be able to say, things like that. And it's just like I was holding on to that too. And I realized I had to let things go in order to genuinely show myself love, because I was holding on to things that were harmful. Why am I holding on to this? This is not even mine to hold on to. I can change. I can do things to make myself better and improve and things like that. And so just being more intentional about who I am, how I handle business, whether that be with friends, with family, with myself, just making sure that I am being intentional. Yeah. It came about in a unorthodox way.
In the midst of the pandemic.
Okay. What about you? When did you start practicing self-love, and how did that
I would say for me, so when I moved to Florida, it was kind of like new me, new city, who dis. And I was also in we weren't together, but I was in somewhat of a relationship at the time. And then like we got together, and I felt like we were doing the long distance thing. But then also it's like I felt like I wasn't getting the attention that I needed. So I kind of put a rift in our relationship. And then I just feel like I started spiraling, because I was like, I want, I got to have attention. And then when the pandemic came, so similar to you, when the pandemic came, I couldn't hang out with anybody but my damn self. I mean, I had Kathleen and Baaaggg, but the three of us were literally together the whole time. And outside of that, it's like I couldn't go out to get that attention that I needed, or I couldn't go out, to socialize and do those different things. And so it just led me to a place where I was just like, I don't like feeling these things that I've been feeling. Like, I don't like feeling like I need attention from men. I don't like the feeling that I need someone else to love me so I can love myself. So then I started therapy again. And so in working with my therapist, I was able to uncover like a lot of different things. Just like really the relationship with my dad had a strong hold on me, because I could never understand why he wasn't there for me. So we kind of dug into that a little deeper. And what came out of my therapy sessions were basically like you said, I needed to let things go that I had been holding on to, and just accept people for the person that they are, and not try to make them change into the person that I need them to be. Because at the end of the day, I have to be the person that I need myself to be. And that's not dependent on if this person is there for me or that person is there for me, or if I have that love, or if I have that attention. So just really the older that I get, now that I'm 30, I feel like I'm turning over like a new leaf of self-love. Because now it's like, okay, we've gone through all the little baggage. We've been through the baggage. We've been through the closet, and now it's like, okay, I know what I need, I know what I want, let's move forward. I have my boundaries. I know whenever I meet someone, if these are the red flags I'm looking for, because it's like, I don't want you to impose on my journey of self-love. Like, I still need to be able to love myself despite whatever you got going on. So I would say now I'm starting to practice self-love at 30 years old. Yeah, now is the time. But never too late.
It's never too late.
Even if you're 55, and you want to start practicing self-love.
As long as you got air in your lungs, baby. As long as you got air in your lungs. God,
and even if you fall, just get back up.
Absolutely.
It's never too late to start over. Never too late.
And it's okay to make mistakes. Like, you're not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And that's okay. That's okay. Like, I promise you, everything is okay. It's okay. Make your mistake. What's not okay is sitting in it and just keep repeating the bad habits, knowing that they're bad habits.
Yeah, that's
bad
true.
Habits. And when you know they bad habits, you know they bad habits. Because you're not going to feel good.
No, that feeling, it's kind of like being hungover. Like you know when you reach your limit with drinking, but it feels so good and you're in it, but the next morning you have a hangover. So it's like, was it really worth that 7th drink? I could have stopped at 4. I really could have stopped at 4, but I kept going because I'm like, this feels great. But I knew the damage that it was going to cause the next morning. So it's like, is the risk worth the reward? Is the risk worth the reward?
Oh, I like that. Oh, can we name the episode? Was it worth it?
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
Yeah.
And self-love has also taught me to be kinder to myself. I'm extremely hard on myself. I am my own worst critic. Can't nobody criticize me worse than I criticize myself.
Girl.
It's really, and I've learned over the years, I am light years ahead of where my parents were at 30. My mom had 2 kids by the time she was 30, and my daddy had 4. I have a bachelor's degree. I got a master's degree. And not saying that my degree is titled to my worth, but it's like, these are achievements that I've made that my parents didn't even make. At 30 years old, baby, you money? Doing it. Girl, I make more money than my parents. They calling me. And it's just like, I need to give myself flowers because of where I am right now. I need to. But I always feel like I need to go harder or I need to be better. And it's like, for what? For what? Just be happy with the space that you're in right now. Just be happy.
I love that.
Just be happy with the space that you're in, because life could change tomorrow.
Okay.
Life could change tomorrow.
Okay.
And the world could end tomorrow. Hell, we don't know.
Okay. Being aware of the space that you're in. If you want to make changes, make changes. If you're not happy, change it. If you're able to change it, change it. Like the serenity prayer says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Woo.
Know the difference between the two. You can make changes. You are not a tree. You can move. My girl said it best. Yes, make those changes. If you can, make those changes. Absolutely. The thing is, you are absolutely in control of your body. If you wanted to get up and do a good little 1-2 step.
Not a 1-2. Or not a pop lock it.
Okay. You can. If you're able, do it. Do it. Make your life what you want it to be. As long as you're not harming others or being mean to others. Because for me, I realized like I used to be very, very mean to myself. And it's just like, why are you so mean, girl?
Yeah.
You were talking to you. Like,
but then that makes you mean to other people too, because you're trying to hold them to that standard. I used to be very critical of other people. If I'm doing it, why can't you doing it? But understanding that just because I'm doing it this way doesn't mean that person has to do that. And I have to love them where they are. I can choose either to not love them and not have them in my life. But if I choose to have them in my life and if I choose to love them, I have to love them where they are. And I have to be okay with where they are in life because they're okay with where they are. And that's definitely what I've learned about my dad is if you choose not to be as supportive as I need you to be, then I just have to accept that and be okay with that. That's just what it is. And I just have to love you from where you are and understand that the expectations that I once had, I can't have anymore. And that's okay.
Exactly.
And I just hope that, the time comes when I have kids that maybe he'll be a great grandfather to them. And then that's just...
It's possible. You really never know. We don't know the future. We know everything that happened in the past. We can predict the future, but we don't know it. All we can do is really live in the present.
All we can do.
And one thing, you can't change people. You cannot change people.
You really can't.
You can express yourself, tell them how you're feeling, but that does not mean that you can control that. You can control yourself, but you cannot control other people. That's one of the things that you're going to have to accept, that you cannot change that. Now that you're coming into your self-care era or getting more into self-care, let me say that, because self-care is something that you're going to do for the rest of your life. Now that you've been introduced to it, now it's something that you just have to maintain. Yeah. And that's okay. So what does your self-love routine, or do you have a self-love routine, and what does it look like?
I would say definitely top priority is I'm going to take a nap. If you know me, then you know I'm going to take a nap.
Come on.
And it's not going to be an hour. It's going to be 2 or 3. I'm going to take a nap when I feel overwhelmed. If I feel anxious, something's worrying me, sleep. Okay. I will take a nap. Treat yourself, but I really got to hone in on the treat myself because every day I feel like I need a treat. But that's okay.
Listen.
Sometimes every day you do need a treat. Your treat within your budget. We just gonna say that because sometimes I be treating myself and I'm like, ooh, the budget is not budgeting today. But sometimes you gotta splurge because I work so hard. I work hard for my money. And so just treat yourself. You want a new bag? You want to go get your toes done, your nails? My special treat to myself is going to get a brownie from Chick-fil-A or a milkshake when I'm feeling upset. Okay, shout out Chick-fil-A. Please make this a partnership because I be there every day. I am in the red club on the app.
Membership status.
Membership status is red, honey. Okay. I will treat myself anytime, any place, because I just feel like life be too short for you not to treat yourself.
Money come, money go.
If I got it, that's the thing though. That's what's really what it is. Because like I said earlier, the world can end tomorrow. And then you looking like, well, dang, I ain't even get that brownie because I said I won't go treat myself. Or you keep putting your treat off. That's another thing. When you be putting your treat off, treat yourself today. Why you gotta say, oh, I'm gonna treat myself in 2 weeks? Treat yourself now.
I feel like that's the same with giving yourself props too. Like give yourself props as you're making your milestones. Milestones that don't have to be the big grand finale. I mean, the fact that, say you writing a paper, you found a title. Titles don't come easy. Some people just put header at the top until they figure it out. You figured out a title, babe? Oh, you did that. You did it. Pat on the back, whatever that congratulations look like, you did that. You did a great job too. I'm proud of you.
And another thing that I catch myself doing is, I'm going to do this when I'm here instead of doing it now. Or I'm going to wait until I get to 35 to do that, or to 30 to do that, or to 31 to do that. And it's like, what's stopping you? What's stopping you from doing it now? Okay. Like especially with grad school, like it took me a little minute to figure out if I was going to go to grad school. And I'm like, I'll go to grad school when I feel like I'm in a stable relationship, because then I can kind of depend on my partner. I can really focus on school. Or, I'm going to go to grad school at this mile mark. Just apply. Like I remember when I applied to grad school, like I was literally at work and I was like, let me look up schools, because this was during the pandemic and that was when they were waiving, the essay, what was the GRE? And I was like, you know what? You should have. Let me tell you, that's the only reason I went to grad school is because they waived the GRE. That's literally the only reason I went. Only reason I went. That's amazing. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just apply. I literally sat down, went to the date. They were like, oh, applications are due within a week. I hit up 3 people. They were like, yeah, we got you on the recommendation letter, filled everything out. And I was in grad school, like literally 2 months later. Had no idea what a Gator was. Had no idea where the University of Florida was. But there I was, honey.
Okay.
In school.
And you did it. And you did that. And you graduated, got your degree.
Graduated, making more money now. It's like, apply for that job. Like the job that I have now, they needed 8 years of manager experience. 8 years ago, I was 22. And was nobody's manager.
Okay. You was the worker.
Nobody's manager. So it's like, apply for that job. Make people believe that you are capable of doing whatever it is they need. Like now look at my job and I'm like, some of y'all are twice my age, but I have way more knowledge than all y'all put together. Like all of y'all put together.
Because you got the experience. And I love that.
Experience. I don't know how I got on that tangent, but my self-love routine. Talking about
what your routine look like.
Oh,
you treat
my
yourself
routine.
And making sure that you do the things now. Do them now. Congratulate yourself now. Do what you got to do now. Just like you took the time. You had a week to get everything in order and you did it because it was for you. It was for you. It worked out. You was able to graduate. You did.
Now
you did
look
what
at
you
us.
needed to do.
Who would have thought?
Stood on business.
Who would have thought?
Stood on business.
Who would have thought?
Okay.
What does your routine look like?
I love baths. I love me a good bath.
You do love a good bath. Girl. And your baths be extended.
Okay. Like I will stay in a bath for 2 hours with no issue. Like I have done it before. My playlist
doesn't the water get cold?
Playing. I said, what that mean? I'm a mermaid. And I like dressing up my baths too. So I start with some bath salts. Okay. And then I may put in I put different things in. I got these little melts that they just melt. I may put, I don't know. I just be putting all types of stuff. I just try it out.
Not you be seasoning your bath water?
I sure do. Girl, what?
You're so black.
Girl. And then when I was in Greensboro, I would put some, it's an elixir that I got from the House of Hoodoo that we went to when we went to New Orleans.
Oh, I didn't go because I was moving.
Yeah, I remember because I was like, dang, I ain't got nobody to drink with on this trip. I remember that.
One thing we gonna do is drink. Oh my goodness,
Okay.
we have to I don't think we picked out a group trip. Well, maybe Abby's wedding is our group trip for this year. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get down with the get down.
So yeah, I love a good bath. I was using an elixir that I got from House of Hoodoo. Shout out to them, Black owned. While I was in the bath, I would just speak whatever's on my mind, whatever I'm thinking, whatever I'm feeling, just getting it out. Talking. If I want to sing, I'm finna sing a song. I got a song in my heart. I got a playlist that to set my intentions for my bath. So do I want to calm down? Do I want to be grounded? Do I want to be a better person in love? Do I want what am I in here for? What am I looking to gain from this experience? And I make it a whole experience. I don't turn on any lights. I'm surrounded by candles, so I always have like 2-3 candles lit. I got my bubbles for sure. Know that. I love a good garden tub. I love a good jacuzzi tub, but I don't like with jacuzzi tubs. You can put like a drop of bubble solution in there, and as soon as you turn on them jets, it's just a bubbly place, and I'm not a fan of that.
I've never been in a jacuzzi tub. I've always been scared because of bacteria, because it lies in the jets if they don't clean it right. So that's what kind of scares me. But I have been in a hot tub, but not a jacuzzi bathroom. Maybe in my $1 million home, that's what I have is jacuzzi bathroom.
Oh yeah, you need a tub so when I come visit, I can take a bath. So I do that. I've started journaling. Like if I ever feel like I have a lot on my mind, I journal. I do my nails. I do my nails every 2 weeks. And shout out to my babies, Phi Kappa. They got me a nail table for my birthday. Oh, I love it, and I use it faithfully every 2 weeks. Sometimes I'll cut it short just because I just feel like I just want a creative outlet. So exploring my creativity more, because I wasn't able to do that growing up in my house. And then when I got to college, I was busy trying to graduate, as we all are. And then when I finally got to myself in my own apartment and there's literally just me, I just started exploring. What do I want to do? What medium do I like? Do I like pencils? Do I like color pencils? Do I like paint? Do I like, what do I like to do? Like, I'm going to knit at least one thing. Now, would it be crochet? Will it be?
Oh, I want to knit too. We should try and take a knitting class. I want to knit too.
Yes, I would love that. I would love that.
Maybe we can find a virtual one.
Okay. So creativity and baths and just letting things out, because I was told I tend to hold things in. And so letting things out, that is my self-care routine. And that's what it looks like.
Another big one for me is isolation too. Like I will isolate in a minute. And then I know sometimes isolation cannot be healthy, but for me it is healthy. Like I get overstimulated a lot just because in my job I have to associate with people all the time. Like my phone is constantly ringing. I constantly have emails. Like I'm constantly having to put out fires. So isolation in a healthy way is really good for you to just get back centering yourself. Just even if you take an afternoon and you just watch your favorite movie or you binge watch a show, and don't be on your phone. Just be into the show or just go outside. I have to force myself to go outside more often. But when I'm outside, I just feel so happy. Like the air shine, the lights, just everything is just illuminating. Like I need to spend more time outside.
Yes, I love that. I think that also plays into grounding, just being one with nature. It's a bit harder since, we're surrounded by buildings and cars and all these type of things, but just being outside in the outside air, some fresh air, some vitamin D from the sun. Yeah, that I can definitely see that. Yeah, because isolation, turning my brain off. Oh, baby.
Yes,
I love
that's
a good turn my brain off moment. Oh,
yes.
I'm going to play my shows. So my go-to shows. I love New Girl, my guilty pleasure. Right now, I'm rewatching Once Upon a Time. I love that show. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, because it's so cool. I want to have more guilty pleasure Black shows though, so I can start spinning those more.
I'm trying to think. Of Of course. Issa Rae show.
Yeah, I haven't watched that back yet. Insecure. I haven't watched that back.
Watch it. Watch it back now. It's going. Okay. I promise you, it's going to hit you different than when it first came out. It's going. It's going to hit you different. It's going to hit you different.
Yeah, I love Girlfriends when I rewatched it. I said,
okay.
Yeah.
That one really hit quite different, quite differently, literally, because when we were watching it, we were fucking 10 and 12, I think, when it came out. And now we are the age that they were in the show. Like, we are that age. And so that's
and going through these experiences too. So
Okay.
So I love a good turn your brain off. Just watch a show, get involved with the characters. Because I mean, these are actors. I'm not a big fan of people who take them too seriously and just like start attacking the actors on like social media.
Is
that's
absolutely
just
insane to me. Insane. Yeah, they're weirdos.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah. Star is another one that I'm rewatching currently.
I love that show.
Yes.
You're making solid points.
Star. Rewatch Star. Definitely.
It's on Tubi.
Oh wow. Okay. It's on Hulu too.
Okay. I got both of them. So
you got all the subscriptions. I'm actually logged into your Peacock on my TV. Don't know how that happened, but
I ain't mad at it. I was paying $1 for a year. Now I'm paying the $6, bitches.
That's not bad. That ain't bad.
I need to actually start watching more TV. Actually, no, I don't. I need to be productive. Okay. So the last question I want to ask is, how do you know when to love on yourself more?
I will say when I'm feeling triggered. So like my triggers come about in depression and anxiety. And so those two, when I'm feeling super depressed or super anxious, that's when I know I need to like pick up one of my goodies or a treat or just like isolate heavy so I can just come back to some type of normalcy in my life. So like, especially when I'm feeling triggered or just anxious, I definitely know that's when I need to like pour into myself even more. And also like when I just feel overwhelmed, especially with work, like my job, I got a lot of responsibility, not trying to toot my own horn, but I really do have a lot of responsibility at my job. And sometimes I'd be like, y'all sure I'm the one? Because so I get overwhelmed a lot with work. So for me, it's totally okay if you head out about 2:00 on a Thursday or a Friday and just be like, I need to just shut down. Or even while you're at work, take an hour or hour and a half to just kind of like reset, decompress. That's one thing about my job I do love, because they do encourage you to take time for yourself. If you're working during the day and you just feel overwhelmed, my supervisor encourages you to message him and be like, hey, I am feeling overwhelmed. Can I just take an hour to just like reset? Yeah, sure. Do your thing, because they understand that the work that we do is so heavy. And so they don't want people to burn out because of the job. Like they want to keep you on staff. They want to make sure that they're supportive of your mental health and physical health and all of those different things. So
I wish more people did that.
Definitely.
More jobs did that.
Yeah.
But that's important, because how am I supposed to give you the caliber of work that you're looking for if I can't even function right now? Like I'm literally running on fumes.
Running on
everything I'm giving you is BS because I'm not here.
I'm not
here. Yeah, okay. I could definitely see that. For me, I start feeling heavy. And I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do anything. Like I may have a to-do list and I'm just like, I ain't doing it. Yeah. Or I start having crazy dreams. Like if I'm really stressed out, my dreams get crazy. And it's like,
I always have crazy dreams, so that's not an indication.
What you eat before you go to bed? Like, what is this? Is this a sugar nightmare?
Not a sugar nightmare. The plum fairies are after you.
Okay. Yeah, if I'm stressed or I got like a lot on my mind, that those type of things start happening. And I try to be mindful when they do happen, because it's very easy to be like, oh, I just really want to get up today. It's cold outside and the blankets are warm, but it's actually more than that. Okay,
I'm cozy.
Quick.
Cozy.
Yes. And so I've really, and it's crazy because I've seen that lately, and I started clocking myself and I said, okay, what do you need? How can I be of assistance to you? And I just started being more intentional, figuring out what's going on. Like what is causing all this? Let's start there. And then
oh yes, I love doing it itself, like an inventory of like what is the root of this. Yeah,
because I mean, I can self-care all day, but if I don't understand what's even causing this, I'm going to continue to feel this way. I can take as many baths as I want, but if I ain't addressed the issue, it's still going to be there. And so just noticing the signs and then moving accordingly.
Yeah.
That's how I know when I need to love on myself more. Yeah. So paying attention.
Yeah, for sure. And my advice is if you're trying to figure out what self-love means for you, start off with a therapist. Like I'm going to be the biggest advocate for therapy because you cannot process your own emotions by yourself. Let me just say that. It's almost impossible. You cannot be your own guidance. You need an additional person. And that additional person isn't your mama, isn't your sister, isn't your best friend. You need a trained professional because they have the tools to be able to help you unlock the things that are making you anxious, making you depressed, causing you to have mood swings, which way or whatever way. So definitely therapy is like my number one go-to. Secondly, have strong boundaries. Having strong boundaries is a representation of self-love because you are putting yourself first when you have strong boundaries. And then third, be gentle, be kind, be gracious with yourself. That's what I have.
I would say I haven't had the best experiences with therapists. So it is a journey. I do want to get into therapy. It's just I really haven't found a good therapist. If you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it directly. And people will ask me questions like, how are you? I'm good. I feel like those are the type of questions that I end up with from the therapist that I encounter. And I've heard, like, I've literally been told by a therapist, you're closed off or you don't open up. And I'm just like, girl, I answered your question. What more do you want from me? And I was like, if you want an answer, ask me the question that you're looking an answer for, because you just asking me, hey, what happened? And I tell you what happened and you want more information, ask the question that you want more information for. And so just right now I'm going through the process of finding someone that I can connect with, someone that can genuinely ask the questions that need to be asked so that I can do the insight. I can have that question and be able to do the work. So I will say that it's not just find a therapist and everything's going to be great. Sometimes it is a journey and that's okay. That's okay. That don't mean give up. That doesn't mean that it's the end of the world either. Oh yeah. I'm on like number 4. I'm on my 4th one. So it's definitely a journey. We only had our intro session last week, but so far she's asked more in-depth questions than the last 3. So we are heading in a good direction. Like so okay. There also are books. So if there's any book people out there, audiobook, I love How to Be a Badass by Jen Sincero. That was a really good starter book for me. Like it helped me with insight. And I also have a book called The Gift by Edith Egger. That book was amazing. It's about 12 lessons to save your life. My girl was spitting. She was spitting. I thoroughly enjoyed that book. So if you don't know where to start, those are 2 recommendations that I have. If you have a library card, download an app called Libby and you're able to download the audiobooks for free. If you don't have a library card, go get one. They're free. Sponsored by the state, of course. While they're free, let me say that. The way the government running, the way they just snatching stuff left and right. Okay, so go get you a library card, go get you some books, get into yourself at the end of the day. Get into yourself because nobody's going to get into you like you can get into you. But I just want to say that I love you guys. I know that sometimes when people feel that, they don't feel like it's genuine, but I do have love for people who exist. I mean, I ain't got to be in love with you. We ain't got to be besties. I love you. That's all. I love God's people. We ain't got to the God's people. We ain't got to, be close knit, but it's no bad blood. It's all love over here. Okay. So if you need somebody to love on you, I got you. Here you go.
Yes. If you ever need an enlightening word, DM us on Instagram and we will pour into you whatever you need, whatever we can help with. Now, we can't pay no light bill, no water bill, no rent. So don't try and DM us talking about.
But we got a word.
We got a word for you. We got an encouraging word for you.
Okay.
That's
okay. And we hope that it's enough. And if it's not, baby, you are enough.
Nothing but the best.
You are enough. At the end of the day, you are enough.
Black fact that I want to talk about is Allensworth, California was an all-black township and it was the first of its kind. So in 1908, it was founded by Colonel Allen Allensworth and a group of other African-American men. It was meant to be a refuge away from oppression that Black men were faced amidst society. Allensworth ran largely off agriculture pursuits, but contained its own small businesses and school districts by 1912. At its height of success in the 1920s, there were about 300 residents who sought refuge in this community. Severe drought and discovery of arsenic water supply is what led to its downfall in the 1960s and 70s. In 1976, it is now empty and the town became a state historic park, actually, and is open to the public. If you ever visit California, check out Allensworth, California for some Black history.
So my Black fact that you may know, you might not know, is new to me. Nat King Cole was the first African-American to host a TV show when the Nat King Cole show debuted on NBC in 1956. And I find that very cool because when I was living in Atlanta, his brother was actually my next door neighbor. And so I've always had a fascination for Nat King Cole and his family. They were cool people. His nephew, I guess that would be his nephew or his grandnephew. I don't know. Either way, I want to say that his name was Freddie and his daughter had a son, which was my childhood best friend. His name is Tracy. Shout out to Tracy. I hope you're doing well. But yeah.
That is a random ass fact.
Yeah.
That's so random. That's mad random.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And never forget to stay present. Mind your business.
Wash your ass and secure the bag. Bye.
Bye.